Yo, what is going on, guys? It is episode 44 of many here. Thank you guys for tuning in. We've got a special episode today. We've only got about 10 or 15 minutes, so it is going to be short and sweet. But we do ask that you guys listen to it. I want to show you guys as like a leader kind of the conversation that Chase and I are having here today, but also we're going to rip the Band-Aid right off. For those of you that do not know, Chase has been with us for over a year now, year and a half or so. I think last spring, so like April, May of 2024. So just kind of over a year, and he's been on and off with us before that as well. Chase is a very good friend to me. He's a very good friend, grew up with G, the producer. We have made the decision that Chase is going to move on from Grizzly Fitness. This is not a conversation that we thought we were going to have for a very long time. We've been building a business together, and the business we've been building is the personal training aspect of Grizzly Fitness. For a quick background, I never really anticipated, I didn't know when we were going to kind of do personal training again. It was kind of on the back burner for me. So thanks to Chase, we brought personal training back. It's growing, it's prospering. We're seeing lives changed. We're helping several individuals across many small communities, and we're extremely happy that is up and going. So the point of this conversation, I want you guys to hear it from Chase and I, just kind of like the decision that we've made as a team, as individuals, as friends here. I want you guys to know there's no bad blood. Chase and I are on the same page. This is a good decision for all of us, for the business, for Chase's future. This is just like, it's growing, right? You got growing pains and you kind of figure out how to kind of move along and make it all work. So again, we've got about 10 minutes here. Chase and I are just going to kind of conversate, and you guys can kind of tune in and just kind of see what that's like. So Chase, let's just start off right away. Let's tell everybody what you're doing. Let's tell everybody what the future of Chase is going to be, and then we'll kind of work backwards. So you're taking a new position and following a dream, basically a passion. So let's just hear what you've got cooking.
Yeah, so in the here and the now, I'll be working as a business and technology teacher at the high school here in Watoma. So if you're looking degree-wise or like college-wise, I went for economics, so there's some overlap there. A lot of the classes I'll be teaching is something I would have done myself in college or in high school for that matter. And with that, I'll be advising, like, say, future business leaders of America. Again, something I did myself, something that it's super exciting, again, to work with the kids and lead them in that sense. And then also, currently, I'm coaching football, obviously, with the varsity program and the JV program for that matter. So I've done that ever since getting out of high school. Last year was like my first, I'd been a volunteer coach before that, basically getting in when I could with college. And now starting out, last year was my first time as like a true assistant coach. And now this year I'm working more as a defense coordinator. So as the years kind of grow on, obviously looking to lean into that more, but that's the current situation more than anything. As far as what that transition is, or like why go the teaching route of things, of anything, I always, like, if you asked me 5 years ago, don't get me wrong, I would have never imagined I'd be doing this. Like, I got an econ degree, I figured I'd be working in finance or research, where the case would be. But even when I was like a senior, or as I got into college, like, I knew like business and math is just what made the most sense to me. So that's what I leaned into for a degree. It was going to be the easiest. But seeing my sister as was my gym teacher, and having been able to coach with the kids now, and especially having done this job specifically as a trainer, as a director, I've kind of realized, obviously, a lot of the aspects of teaching, like how people learn differently, how people engage differently. Understanding like not everyone in the world can coach. Like, you might have all the knowledge in the world, but at the end of the day, some people just can't decipher that knowledge or get it out to other people in meaningful ways or ways that make sense to them. So I've always kind of figured, as some of the kids got older that I myself would have played with, or kids I kind of watched go from freshman to senior, that I would have gotten less engaged with the program. But oddly enough, like, as years and years have gone on, like, every year I get more and more excited for football that comes around every season, and just building something and be able to call it your own. And I'm very obsessive, I'd say, probably over like projects. So obviously I want to get athletics, not just football specifically, but all the athletes I work with, like cross country kids, soccer, basketball, volleyball, golf, whatever the case is, wrestlers, that they can all maximize their potential. And obviously that was the same with clients, like doing everything you can with them in order for them to maximize their results. And it's just kind of at a crossroad where they're both passions of mine. Like they're very, I would say, parallel jobs in some senses. It's just a matter of football and coaching and working with the kids is like such a high priority for me at this point that it was just the move to make at this time.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard when you've got two things that you are passionate about and just trying to give equal attention, equal and opposite or whatever, however you want to look at it. So really, I mean, the decision was mutual. We understood we're on the same page. Getting half of Chase's attention maybe for a really important program to us, and then the other half of your attention to this, like it's just hard because they're both very high need, but also like you're just very interested in both. So this is just overall, I think, a good decision. I think for your future, for our program, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm excited to see how well you do. I'm excited to see the football program. I'm excited to see the BFS. Like I said, we had a little conversation before this. I still want to get text messages from you like, hey, we've got so many kids in BFS this summer. It's amazing. We implemented this new thing. Like we're all about systems and organization here. And like we've been building all these systems. Like you've seen the back end of business now, and now you're going to also help teach business, which is great. I still want to hear about those wins. I want you to shoot me a text and be like, hey, you're probably sleeping. It's like 10 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock at night, but like this amazing thing happened on the football field today because I started doing this thing and that thing or whatever. So that is very important to me. I want to hear about that stuff. It is hard on me because I've seen you develop as an individual over the last year, right? And it's been great. It's been so much fun as a leader, as an individual. Managing people, like that's not something that you naturally do. Chase is a very strong individual. So when it goes to managing several people, especially with older than you, right? Like that's a challenge and that's a hurdle. So it's been fun kind of working on those things as well. Just watching you develop as an individual, getting on to go on some of those trips and stuff. It's been fun. And I still want to make sure we have the opportunity to like hang out outside of work and that kind of stuff. So for those of you listening, it is difficult. Chase and I have a very close friendship. And then we've got a close, like, we're close in business as well. So it's hard to separate the two, but a lot of the reason we're doing this video is so you guys know the truth and we're on the same page here. It is difficult separating business and personal. It is hard as a very good friend to like accept the reality and understand. But as a leader, I know this is the best thing for Chase's headspace. I know this is the best thing for Chase's future. I know this is something Chase is extremely passionate about. And Watoma High is extremely lucky to get somebody like Chase to care about the kids, to truly care about the kids. I'm going to say it, to be disconnected from politics and be involved in sports and helping with like the BFS program, the education that he has as a coach. I think all of that is like extremely valuable to Watoma High. So hopefully Watoma utilizes you and wants to see you prosper and grow with the programs as well. And I look forward to that. So let's, how much time we got, G? Like 5, 7? What time is it? Okay. So we've got about 5 minutes here. Let's talk about, for our semi-private listeners, so that, for our training clients, I want to make sure our clients aren't concerned about this, right? You've helped build this program. You've personally signed all of them up. You've had communications with them. Very briefly, or as long as you want to take, should our clients be concerned, and what does this mean for our training program?
Yeah, so end of the day, outside of the fact that obviously I won't be on the floor here, nothing will change on a client sense of things. Like, don't get me wrong, if you shoot me a message, I'll still respond and I'll probably point it back to you guys, obviously, in whatever capacity that is. But at the end of the day, like, obviously I won't be coaching you. I won't have those one-on-one conversations on the floor with you guys anymore. But in a lot of ways, this, not to say the system runs itself, but that's what it was always designed to be. Like I told myself even a year ago when we had no clients for that matter, or it was just myself managing all the sessions, like if it hadn't ran itself in a year's time, like I would have done something wrong in the sense of I didn't prepare properly, or I wasn't writing everything down that I'm doing, or making it where whether it's me or someone that's just a genius or someone just starting out would be able to do it, that anyone that obviously has the knowledge could come in and run it themselves. So we have, just in the last couple of months, or even since we started the semi-private model like we have in November, we have some of the best coaches I've had the chance to work with. Obviously, you go through plenty of different people, like I mentioned, and in that process, we're able to find super qualified coaches that are knowledgeable and have great interpersonal communications with the clients. and again are truly invested in the long haul and the big picture of things. So whether that's Chloe or Kimber, Emily or Trendia, Rachel, Sophie, whatever the case might be, and our O-Town coaches as well, the system itself is super well ran. Your sessions are still going to be fulfilled. You're still going to get the results. All of our workouts are designed as a team, if you will. So it's not like just because I'm leaving, like now the workouts all go out the window. Nothing changes on your end of things. Like you guys will all be in great hands. I'll still, again, if you shoot me a message and you have results that are just going crazy and you're doing great and you're gaining strength and losing weight the way you want to see, like, don't get me wrong, I'm still completely game to hear those things, and I look forward to hearing those things. It's why I'm going into teaching. It's why I started on something like this and threw a lot of caution out the wind for it. So by all means, feel free to reach out. I'm not a stranger by any means. Like I think we mentioned it before, like I'll still be well within the community, just in a different sense or a different lens, or just more magnified on the school side more than anything.
Yeah, I do want to make sure, it's important to know, as a leader, we have to kind of look at this, right? Like, there's obviously pros and cons. There's like, it's horrible. We're not looking forward to be doing this without Chase. On the flip side, as a leader, we have to move on and we have to find the positives. We can't dwell on the past. We can't dwell on the negatives. So the positives here are that I personally am going to be more involved. I'm going to understand the system a lot more. I'm going to help communicate with our coaches and make sure things are happening. And I'm basically going to do an audit of the system and make sure that like we're delivering on what our promises are. Not saying that Chase wasn't fulfilling on those things, but we're just going to do like a whole revamp, right? We've been doing the system now for 6, 7, 8 months. I think now is a better time. Like we're halfway, we're 6, 7, 8 months into this, a half a year into it, whatever you want to look at it as. Now is a great time to like just kind of like do a full business audit. What is going on in our training programs? Like what's happening, what's not happening, what can we do better on? Lately, it's just been like head down doing, and let's take a step back and reflect and figure out what else can we do or how else can we pivot and go. So I think that's like the biggest benefit is that we're going to get some time and now see where Chase is leaving, maybe what holes we've got, what things aren't being covered, what things maybe Chase was or was not doing, and just kind of figure out how can we make this a more whole approach for everybody and really just come back stronger and better in a better program, really. I mean, it's like the goal. So I think we'll prosper. I think it's going to take some time just to kind of figure out the system and organization and how we want to continue moving. But for those of you listening, some awesome things coming. We're getting in-bodies at every location. So something that some of you probably know or may not know, Chase was personally taking the in-body, the one unit that we had around the facilities, which in the hindsight was a pain in the ass. It's something that we shouldn't have been doing, but that's what Chase was doing. Chase is going to a lot of the facilities anyways, so the in-body would get moved around. People would do their weigh-in. I decided moving forward we can't be doing that. And I should have done this before when you were here, but we're going to get 3 new in-bodies. So now Princeton, Amro, Berlin, and Watoma will all have one. Obviously, our Oshkosh location already has one as well. The benefit to this is if a new client signs up today, they get their in-body done today, and then we can have real results for them. We'll be able to see where they truly were on day 1 and where they are in week 2 and week 4 and so on. So that'll be a huge plus for the program. Additionally, those of you listening who aren't part of our training program will have an in-body at every location. So now at any point that you want to do a weigh-in, you just check in with our front desk. The first time's free, and then it's $25 a use after that. If you really want to track your gains and see how your body fat levels are doing, your muscle mass is doing, that's what you got to do. Check in at the front desk, do the in-body, do it once a month, and just kind of track your progress that way. We're going to be hammering on nutrition a lot more as good as we can. We're going to kind of figure out how can we provide you guys with really good nutrition knowledge. For those of you in our training program, we've got our Facebook group. We are going to utilize the Facebook group. I'm going to have our coaches. We're going to try to do, and I'm just talking out loud. This is again like an accountability piece. We want to do like let's just say a 2-minute video a week on just like a nutrition topic. Sodium intake, water intake, whatever. We want to make sure we're over educating you guys and getting the value that you guys deserve. We're also going to really push more on like the accountability end, making sure clients are showing up. I know that's something Chase was doing. It's now something that we've got to figure out how we want to do it moving forward. So just like a lot of these little back end things, just making it work better, just cleaning it up really, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to say that it's been sloppy. I'm just like, how do we maximize it? Even like Chase said, these last 2 or 3 weeks. And so we've known this decision for some time. We're just now releasing it. We've got Chase for another 2 weeks for everybody listening. I think mid-August, right? August 15th or something like that.
You might have me another 3 weeks here yet. I think August 15th is my last day here.
Okay, so we've got Chase for a little bit of time yet. We've been just figuring out how we want to release the information, making sure that like it gets out properly. We didn't want rumors out there, and that's why we're publicly addressing it like this. Even like the conversation that Chase and I just had before this was like, now that Chase is leaving and he's basically trying to get his position into a folder so we can all understand it, he's creating more systems now than we've had in the past 6-7 months, right? Like we're systematizing things that maybe wouldn't have been systematized because Chase is just smart and it's just in his head and he knows what he's doing. But now we're creating systems and organizations and structures to the back end of semi-private, the director position, as you want to say it. We're like building the back end of this business again, which is something that we needed to do. It just gets put on the back burner, I guess I would say. We're too caught up in the day to day, and we don't think about the how and the why and the all that stuff. So
I think kind of like to the point you made, like we used to have meetings before, we would just be like, so like what's the next goal? And it would just be like, just keep going. Like it's working. It hasn't stopped working yet. So just keep doing it, which in hindsight's 2020, like that's how you get to the size you get to. But now, like say in the last like 2 weeks, I've kind of finally maybe taken the chance to say, look up and then look back as well. Like, okay, here's all the things I actually was doing or didn't do. Or it's like, okay, now I need to like make this repeatable and explain at least how it's been done to this point. And then same idea, like, okay, here's how this will get divvied up now. Like, again, this is how we're currently doing it. How can it be done better? This is how we're currently doing it. This is how we should maintain to keep the things that have gotten us to this point going. And don't get me wrong, like, kind of like you said, you'll go through a revamp. Like, there's things I think clients you'll get now where it wasn't maybe possible before, or it's just like because of the position I was in, and I try to like I kind of play the lead hat at every position now, that the fact that you'll have leads at each location is huge and you can maximize all the potential we have. So again, almost as a reassurance piece, I think training will only continue to get better in the coming months and the coming years to go. So I, both as an insider currently, even like kind of an inside outside voice looking in, it's exciting to see in a lot of respects yet.
Yeah. What the main, why we're here, right, is for a couple of reasons. One, I want everybody to know what you're doing and where you're going and why, right? Which we've covered. I want everybody to know, like, not to be concerned about the gyms. Chase is still going to be in our back pocket. We'll still have conversations with Chase. Chase still wants to hear about the wins. Like, Chase is still here. He's not moving 12 states away. He's not changing his phone number, right? Like, these things aren't happening. So Chase is still valued here. Chase and I are still going to hang out on the weekends and do what we got to do or whatever we want to do. There's still going to be communications here. This is a mutual decision. We figured this was kind of the best thing. So I want to kind of, leave off with anything that you kind of want to leave with your potential customers, clients, people you've talked to in the past. If you have anything to say to them directly, if you have anything you want to like say about anything that you just kind of want a final note, couple minutes, whatever you want to do.
Stage is mine. Grizzly's like the first like real job I had, right? So I didn't really know anything different, if you will. So to see that it is as like community and family driven as it is off the bat, and even similar like my job is now, like I wore several different hats. Like when I started out, I was general gym staff when there was not a lot of members, and you would just clean in silence essentially for hours. And I've done the priority fitness side, the equipment building and the construction side over at Red Granite now, and even just installs last year, and now having done training more specifically now for the last 2 years, both going through college and obviously trying to handle and keep as many people happy there as possible, and doing obviously this side now, and like you said, growing and being able to manage with people and give opportunities for that matter to a lot of people that you would have otherwise never known the opportunity to see. And so like I've said it to people far and wide the last 5 years, like Grizzly is obviously the best gyms you're going to find in the area, not just small towns, but that's at any level too. If you go to Madison, Milwaukee, La Crosse area, it's some of the best you're ever going to find. In some respects, and I've told you this, like, it's not easy. When contemplating whether teaching was the right move for me, and again, as like an economic point of view, like if I can I've got, again, even like 2-3 clients where it's just like they've been here since the start. Like I really hang my hat on them. It's like those 2 to 3 people were almost enough in some respects. Where I'm like, I just have to keep going. Like 2 to 3 people getting everything they can is like worth more than me trying to transition and see if I can have the same effect. But at the end of the day, I think clients are still going to be super happy here. You guys are going to have maximized results and relationships, and hearing stories from our current coaches to clients now is amazing. And being able to deepen relationships with the students moving forward, I'm super excited at the opportunity of, just because I know there's people that are maybe only present for certain like months or seasons of the year, and being able to fully commit now and know that it's crazy. Like these kids truly, the words I say have an effect beyond even just like coaching, for that matter, as a personal trainer. And they look to you as a role model and an example, given that, like you said, all of our coaches are for the most part older than myself. And knowing that these kids are younger and like they will now go out and like trailblaze, that's at 22, it's a hard concept sometimes to, I think, fully realize or fathom. But I'm really looking forward to the opportunity to, again, beyond just like helping people lose weight or have a new mentality in the gym, it'll be awesome to see athletes realize their potential, if that's what their desire is, or students being able to, if that's just graduate, if it's being able to fully go into business themselves, or whoever that case is. I'm really excited for that opportunity.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll still, maybe I'm hinting at a future episode. You know, we've got another 2.5 weeks. I think we're shortchanging this. I think Chase and I could have probably a very long conversation on the future and I mean, our friendship. You know, I think we could really have an 1.5 hour long conversation to kind of really wrap this up. We're on limited time, so I apologize. I'm not trying to make this seem like we're rushing this. I'm not trying to say, Chase, get the hell out of here. And, you know, it was fun while it lasted. That's definitely not what we're trying to do. So
the body's still warm.
So I appreciate you. I appreciate you being part of the team. I appreciate, you know, you helping start this thing up. I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see where you go. I'm extremely grateful. You know what I mean? Like for the Chicago trip and starting this, you getting done with school and starting personal, like just the evolution that's already happened in just like 1.5 years, really, or a year and a couple months. You get in business and you start looking, you start like, where are we going? We're not getting anywhere. But if you look back over the last 15 months, what we've already accomplished and the results we've gotten for clients, but also the business that we've now built within itself, I mean, it's been nothing shy of like amazing. It's been great. We've learned a lot. You and I have learned a lot. You've developed a lot. It's been amazing, you know, and I just have nothing else to say. So I really do appreciate you. I'm grateful for everything that you've done for us to this point. I look forward to future conversations, communications. You know, we talk about our daily wins, our personal habits we're building, you know, the conversations we're having even on this platform. I want to see you continue doing that. If you're reading great books, I want to know what you're reading so I can hop in on those or whatever.
Keep that consistent.
You know, like I want to see you still thrive in your stuff. You know, I'm hoping you still use our gyms, even though you'll have free access at the high school. Hopefully you still see you around, going to Berlin, Watoma, whatever, getting a pump and that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll get lucky and you can help me move some gym equipment here and there on a weekend or whatever it is. So again, I really appreciate you. I appreciate having you. And I'm sure we'll be on more pods in the future and stuff like that. So thank you. Hopefully you guys got something from this. Like I said, I wanted you guys to see the behind the scenes a little bit. So thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
We're going.